It's been 14 months on eBay since this happened, and I am thoroughly pissed off about it. Yeah, welcome in everybody to the channel. It has been 14 straight months, October 2023, since I received a negative feedback on my eBay account. Pretty proud of that considering the thousands of items I sell. It is not the end of the world. I want to start this video off by saying negative feedback is not the end of the world so long as you're not getting a whole boatload of it and you're screwing stuff up and being bad. If you get a negative feedback or two negative feedbacks, it's not the end of the world. Even if it was your fault, it happens. We make mistakes, especially if you go a whole year without it. The problem I have where I get super pissed off is when it's a shitty buyer, for lack of a better word. And I ran into that once a year, once every 14 months, ridiculous crapola buyer. I want to take you over to my eBay account. I want to show you what he bought. I want to show you what he said in messages. I want to show you his feedback. And I want to show you exactly what eBay said to me and what they are and aren't going to do, because a lot of people message about feedback removal and if people say stuff and what they say and how they say it and how to get feedback removed. And I thought it'd be cool to cover that and let you guys know what you can and can't get removed from eBay. Let's jump over there and take a look. All right, as you guys can see, this is my eBay feedback screen, one of my accounts. And you'll see the one negative right there. Whoop, 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 right? I do have some neutrals. I got a neutral this month, but the guy said like, good job. I always get these random neutrals that they're like, great product, neutral. Like, it drives me insane. Like, why did you leave a neutral? Neutrals happen. It is what it is. Don't even worry about these because it doesn't drop your percentage. But you can see my percentage is 99.8. It was 100% yesterday morning, and then I woke up, and at some point it went to 99.8. And there's our one negative. So let's go ahead and click on this one, and I'm going to expose him because I black out names, but I'm not blacking out this guy because you may want to block him. So, his feedback, beware of this guy. He sold me a remote control that was tested and working. Sold me a remote that was tested and working. I don't believe he tested it. It's not working. He never said he was sorry that the remote didn't work. He would take a return as long as I spent some more money and paid for the postage to return it, which is false. My entire account is free returns. Clearly, I don't charge for anyone to return their items. I have free returns on my entire account. Happy to show it. eBay can see that. So this is false. Of course, he never offered to reimburse me for what it cost to return the defective, fraudulently advertised item to him. This seller should never sell anything. Should never sell anything, right? With 100% positive feedback until this guy, with all these stars, with all this history, and with another account that has like 23,000, I should never sell anything. So here you go. But this was a Sony RM-S3300 audio system remote. This item was $17. Mind you, I think I took a best offer of like 14 or 15 on it. Look, I made probably $8 on this remote. I probably paid 50 cents for it. I probably paid $4 to ship it to him, which if I took a $15 offer left me 11. Probably like $2 in fees left me 9, plus maybe 50 cents in cost material. I probably made $8 on this remote. This is what it is, right? One of my lower remotes. I get all this in a negative over a $15 remote. With that said, let's go over to the messages. Let me show you what he said in messages because this is more fun. Okay, so here's his messages in my inbox, and I will tell you that at 6 o'clock in the morning, he sent two messages to me, and then again, he sent a message at 9 o'clock. And his message at 9 o'clock said, I sent you a message this morning. The remote that I bought does not work. Haven't heard a word from you. It was 3 hours. It was 6 o'clock. If I remember correctly, this was on a Saturday or a Sunday morning. It was last weekend. And I literally don't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock is pretty much when I'm going to wake up on the weekend. That's just all there is to it. And I literally, 9 o'clock after he sent this message, I think I saw it like 15 minutes later. So I responded right away. The first thing I do when I get up in the morning and check my phone is I check eBay messages. I check emails. I check stuff like this to see if there's anything urgent. This isn't urgent. You get 24 hours and it's a weekend. I can't handle anything anyhow. But I responded to this guy right away. Like literally I'm opening it, being impatient. My guess is this might be a teenager or a kid or somebody on mom and dad's account or something. If this is a grown adult, this is a grown adult child. Okay. This was my response. And you guys can tell me if it was too offensive or not. I think it's fair. I said, yes, you sent a message and sent another one 3 hours later. I was not home this morning and now I am. Please be patient when sending message to sellers. Now, I don't tell sellers that I'm still asleep. It's not their business. I simply state that I'm not home, not available. I should have just said not available, but not home, not available, asleep. It doesn't matter. I wasn't available to answer your message in 3 hours at 6 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't matter why. I just wrote that because I didn't feel like dealing with it because I could tell the tone of his voice, tone of his message. We have a full return policy. Our items are tested 100% before listing or shipping out and should be working with no issues. That's true. You can certainly return it for a refund. So in the event that we send you something and you have a problem with it, you can certainly return it for a refund and we will issue the refund upon arrival back here and confirming the serial number on the item. That's my standard message. Ship the item back. Once we confirm you've shipped the correct item back, we issue you a full refund. At no time did I tell him he had to pay to ship it back. It's free returns. I sort of assumed that he saw that. I assume that most people buy from me because of that, or when they buy from me, they notice that, or that they know that, or that they know how eBay works. Again, shame on me for assuming. This is this champion, this keyboard warrior's answer to me. Pretty touchy, aren't you? In your incredibly rude response to my message, I noticed you never said that you're sorry or regret that the defective item that you sent me didn't work. I guess. I in no way believe that this was tested and working when you mailed it to me. Okay, sure, we don't test our remotes. Hence my 100% feedback. I think you have a scam going. Scam, sure. The bit in your reply about the serial number agreeing with what your records reflect, that's my standard response to anything, was suspicious to me. Why would it be suspicious? We offer a refund and a return when you ship it back. I assume that the serial number is somewhere inside the remote control, and to see it, I'll have to pry the remote apart. Since I can't verify the serial number, it'd be easy for you to say that this wasn't the serial number you have on record and refuse a refund. Can't refuse a refund if you open an item not as described. In prying that remote control apart to see the serial, I'm concerned I might inadvertently damage it. You don't have to pry it apart, you just take the back off of it. So you want me to pay to return this supposedly tested non-working device to you. I wonder how many times you sold this particular item on eBay. Well, I'm sorry to inform you that the tested and not working remote control is damaged. It was damaged when I threw it in the dumpster. If you think I'm spending good money after bad to return this defective item you sold me, I'm obviously not returning it, but I'm working on my evaluation of your performance in this. It will be a good read. Wait for it. I don't want to hear from you again. That was it. There were no more responses. So that's our champion keyboard warrior's reply. So clearly you can see from this feedback that this is just a miserable human being. This is somebody, he threw it in the dumpster and it was damaged upon throwing it in the dumpster. And this is just somebody who is probably fishing for a free return, free product, if I had to guess. Maybe a child, maybe a teenager. I don't know, but none of it is good. It's all bullshit. And so I have immediately put in for a feedback removal. I believe the buyer has violated several policies, not wanting to return the item for refund, abusing the buyer return policy, stating that I said he had to pay it back when I didn't, calling me a scammer. I mean, you can't really do that. Saying that, any number of these things, that I should never sell again on eBay. There's just so many things this buyer did. And eBay says their feedback request is manually reviewed. I put it in and it was denied within about an hour. I literally checked it an hour later and they had denied it. If they manually reviewed it, their manual reviewer sucks. Now, I called concierge, and I understand a lot of you don't have concierge. I've had concierge since 2017. And the girl was super nice, but she said, this seems like it's an opinion of the buyer. How is it an opinion of the buyer to say he wanted me to pay to ship this back? False. That's not an opinion. That's false. The fact is I have free returns. Fact. The buyer said I'm a scammer and I shouldn't be selling on eBay. That's an opinion, sure, but the facts, my feedback and my sales history and my history on eBay since 2011, 13 years, plus probably 2 years on the other account, 15 years on eBay, factually show that that opinion is wrong. You can have an opinion, but if your opinion is factually wrong, it's no longer an opinion, it's just factually incorrect. So everything that he said is wrong, and it's attacking me, and they refuse to take it down. She said she would review it with her supervisor and see if we could get the comment removed, but the negative stay, which that's still complete garbage to me. I don't think that that's fair. If you're willing to take down his comment and admitting that his comment is bad, then you're admitting that his negative is false. he's welcome if he had wrote a negative and said, I bought a remote and it's not working, tested not working, don't feel like sending it back. I suppose there's not a lot I could say to that, but with everything that went along with it, including the messages, the totality of the circumstances deems that that feedback should be removed. So this was yesterday afternoon, I'm going to call again concierge tomorrow, Monday. I'm going to get somebody different and just go, look, I called in, this is bullshit. You guys know this is bullshit. You can see his message. He threw it away. He said it was damaged and throw away. All this stuff. Take the feedback down. Don't make me call my corporate contacts. So I do have contacts. They're the people that go to, like Boss Reseller Remix, and they went to eBay Open and all these different conferences. eBay shows up with representatives. I made friends with them. I have their phone numbers. I have their business card somewhere in my drawer over here. I'm going to contact them and tell them, please get a hold of somebody and get rid of this. Over one feedback, I'm being petty. I'll do it. I want my 100% back, and I think that this guy is a douchebag. And when and if I get the feedback taken down, I'm going to be even more petty, and I'm going to message him, and I'm going to screenshot my feedback 100%. I'm going to send it to him and go, how'd that feedback work out for you? By the way, I've reported you directly to eBay executives, which I'm going to do. I've already reported him as a buyer. So I am being petty. I don't recommend you doing this. A lot of you don't have the ability to do it anyways. I just happen to have those contacts, and I'm going to pull that card. But here's my problem with eBay. If you have an opinion as a buyer, or they deem that it's an opinion, they're not going to take it down. So as a seller, you have to eat that. And people could write opinions about a lot of different things. My opinion is this seller smells, and they're going to leave it up. You're not supposed to be able to attack the seller or put, things like that, their character, their physical, or anything about them. But it seems eBay allows that to happen, and that's kind of garbage. They need to change this feedback system to be more manually reviewed. Now, as I open this video up with, it's not the end of the world. That one guy is not going to get me, ruin my account. However, he can cost me sales because somebody might look at that feedback and say, oh, wow, this guy sells untested stuff. He might be a scammer. Let me just avoid him. So his comment absolutely could be costing me sales. And that's garbage. That's bull crap garbage. So that's why I'm working so hard to get rid of it. But eBay has got to review this system. I'm going to mention it to them. I'm going to email the people I know, but I don't imagine my opinion on this is going to stick very hard. They obviously put a lot of time into the feedback thing, and this is the system they came up with, and I don't agree with it. But I used to be able to call concierge and get feedback removed for almost any reason, except, obviously feedback extortion right now is the one they'll remove it for, but this wasn't extortion. He didn't ask for anything, so I can't get him on extortion. Anyways, that's my feedback story. First negative in 14 months. I got one last September, October in 2022. I didn't get any in all of 2023, as you can clearly see, and I get my first one in January of 24. What a way to start the new year on eBay. Awesome. Anyways, appreciate you watching the video. Be careful with that feedback. Fight them. You get 30 days if somebody does feedback extortion or leaves unfair feedback. Do a feedback revision request. Obviously, this kid's not going to do some feedback revision request, and I don't want to anyways. But that's it. Appreciate it. Hit the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It means a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel to watch future videos. Don't miss future news, info, lawsuits, people selling fake stuff, people getting sued, people doing big sales. We're going to interview some really good sellers. So stick around to the channel for those videos. Hit that subscribe and bell button. And until the next one, I will see you all later.